morning. I don't know. Some people say, what is it, orange juice or apple juice? One of the two does the same thing for you in the morning, but I'm kind of stuck on this for a few more years, I think. But I wanted to share with you guys some things to expect in the coming months or in the months ahead. And this gentleman here kind of lined them up nicely. This is Rob Cunningham. You can follow him over on X. And he says, about Ripple and XRP. When, number one, the SEC lawsuit ends, whether they settle or whether they just drop the lawsuit altogether, that's going to be an impetus for higher price action. Multiple ETFs launch. We now know they had already applied for quite a few ETFs last year, and I'm understanding there's more on the way now, to include Grayscale, who just filed to convert its XRP trust into an XRP ETF. And you know BlackRock's watching that. Then number three, crypto and stablecoin laws pass. Those are, I mean, you know they're coming this year. Also, we have 1,700 Ripple NDAs expiring. You know what those are? Non-disclosure agreements. Just look at that number. 1,700 of them are out there. How much have they been working on that we do not know about that is going to be nothing but positive news? I mean, that's amazing. 1,700 NDAs. I know Ethereum and Bitcoin don't have that. So let's move on to number 5. Institutional FOMO explodes. You better believe it. Once you get a lot of these things in place, rules and regulations, stablecoin laws, ETFs, SEC lawsuit ending, the road is clear ahead. And institutions they're going to have fear of missing out. That's your FOMO. And they're going to just run to this. Those are the days where if you hadn't set yourself up, it's going to be a little too late. I mean, instead of getting XRP at $3, you're going to be looking at possibly $10, $12. And you just cut your potential gains, fractionally there. I mean, it's up by a lot, really, depending on how much money you have to invest. Number 6, strategic crypto reserve is known. Well, yeah, once they spell it out, once they put that thing together and let you know which blockchains, and I think that'll change over time, but they're going to have a starter set, and the starter set's going to include XRP. But once you know that, it's definitely going to push price up. Then the XRP token price will soar. Yeah, a lot of these things, it's just not going to have any choice. Number 8, XRP escrow value added to Ripple balance sheet and market cap soars. So right now, Ripple has XRP in escrow, right? We have about 50 billion in escrow, but it's not on the balance sheet. Once they throw that on the balance sheet at those increased values, oh my God, it's going to make it a $1 trillion company like this almost overnight. So that was number 8. No, that was number 8. God, he's got 2 number 8s. I guess he didn't realize he did it twice. All right. So, number 8, number 2. Ripple completes 2025 IPO, and we do think that's on its way toward the back end of this year. Number 9, Ripple soars into top 5 companies easily. It'll easily be one of the top 5 companies. It'll be with a $1 trillion market cap. Number 10, Ripple added to the S&P 500 index. I think that's a given. Number 11, S&P 500 index begin auto purchasing Ripple shares, which means a lot of the other companies will start to invest into this company in the Fortune 500, which is, I mean, it's just it's like a flywheel, right? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy there. Number 12, Wall Street analysts begin covering Ripple the way they should have been all along. Number 13, retail stockholders, planners, and investment managers finally begin recommending Ripple and XRP to their millions of clients. Why? Because now when all that stuff happens, they can get paid to do it. They can monetize it. In the meantime, they're not having any real private conversations with their friends telling them, man, you really ought to look at this. No. They don't let the general public know to get a seat at the table. But I guarantee you a lot of those planners, they already have XRP in their portfolio. That's a given. Let me see here. And then 14, Ripple starts flexing its Internet of Value dominance and spreads its wings globally. And I think a lot of the global spread will already be happening through all of these other actions up here. And then at the back end, he says, how valuable will Ripple become? How much value will Ripple deliver? So grateful Ripple is American made. And yeah, you know what? I'm very happy it's American made. I think I'm a lot happier that I invested when I did. I think it's just one of those things, and it's been years. And I've heard all the fudsters, all the Bitcoin maxis, and every time, back during the lawsuit or at the beginning, Oh my God, they were going nuts. It's a security. You see, you're stupid. You shouldn't have invested in it. It was a bad move. Oh my, you should have seen it. It was awful back then, the way. And I was looking at all the comments thinking, I know they're lying, but boy, they're really pushing their narrative, aren't they? But I just knew, I didn't have that much faith in the judge or in the legal system, but I knew that it wasn't a security, and I felt like a lot of the deck was stacked against it. But I know what I'm looking at. I have more than 2 brain cells. I can put them together and I come up with my own answers. And so we got through a lot of that. And there was a lot of other things along the way that they're doing. And now that they're considering that, strategic reserve, strategic digital asset reserve, and it's starting to become kind of clear to these Bitcoin maxis that Bitcoin has a very high likelihood of not being included in that group. Why? Because you can't meet your fiduciary responsibility. There's too many unknowns. Like, who holds the bigger, supply of it? Those large wallets out there, like Satoshi's wallet. You can't leave the future of any financial system in the hands of that kind of asset. It's just weird. At least with gold, pretty much who owns how much gold in the world. And that creates the level playing field. So anyhow, this is what's coming down the pike. Just measure your expectations. It probably won't